Hey guys, SMACKTALKIN. I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be having some uncomfortable conversations. Now, I know that you guys are probably waiting for the Saturday night main event type of reaction video, and I'm sorry for that. I'm gonna make a little reel for you guys, but I really did. I liked it. It was not a PLE, which I had a feeling it wasn't. That's why I kind of said it in my videos. But also, this event made me think about how the world champions in WWE have been presented. Now, when we talk about Gunther, his run, solid. It's been solid. I don't care what anybody says. I think when it comes to this year, he's been doing his thing as he always does. But he's one of the top wrestlers for the whole year, period. His ability to kind of continue on with his dominance and be a beast in that ring is just unmatched. Like, right now, like, I have not seen anyone kind of compare to what Gunther has going on. Everyone else has their own little lane, and Gunther is dominating his lane. Like, the matches have been, like, I think it was kind of like rushed, only because they're on TV. They're probably not used to doing the TV schedule of these matches, so it makes sense. But Gunther, that match right there, he got his Gunther back. You know, he got his whole ring general, everything back. And I did appreciate the fact that we were able to see him lose it for a bit. Him be less robotic. Because for some, he was acting like a little android. He was acting like a little android. Not to me, because I understood the character that he had. But for some, that was the reason why they weren't connecting with him. And I think he has done that. Solid all around. Now, Nia Jax. Nia Jax has been my favorite women's champion because she is so dominant and she's commanding y'all respect, but also she's showing why she got rehired, and one of the best rehires. Like, Nia Jax has not disappointed me at all. Her matches may have been a little sometimes, but at the same time, it was good matches. They were good matches, and we see why she's champion. We see why she's hurt. Like, I am in it fully when it comes to Nia. Although I wanted a different champion, she's still not a bad choice, and I wanted her to be champion when in Australia for Elimination Chamber, because she has it. And the best match for me in her reign has been with Naomi. So that's a double cherry on a Sunday for me. Like, solid all around. Now, the two champions where things get a little sketchy. Things getting a little uncomfortable, because this is purely not only my enjoyment, but also me being serious. Like, of course, not every wrestler is going to connect with you. No. But as somebody that likes wrestling, I like wrestling. I like wrestling a whole lot. And just because I'm going to criticize them does not mean that I don't appreciate the work they're putting in. So, first we got Liv Morgan. Her reign has been it's been what she's wanted it to be. I 100% give her that, and that is pretty cool. That what she said, she called her shot and she made her shot. That right there is fire. And the fact that she's associated with a storyline that has taken the WWE universe by storm, kind of, is pretty cool, considering she hasn't been seen as a main eventer for a while. She hasn't been taken seriously. But also, my issue with this storyline, with her championship run, is why am I interested in you being champion for a long time? I'm not. I have not been. Although it was pretty, I ain't gonna lie, it was interesting, and it's been interesting. I will not front on that, but it has dragged on too long, to the point where I just want her to lose her belt as soon as possible. And when it comes to heels, I don't care who you are. I'm gonna like a heel, but she has made herself unlikable for me. She's made herself unlikable because it's fine that she got her belt got the belt by cheating. That's fine to me. I don't really care. But the fact that you have not had any clean matches since, but then last Saturday that was the only clean match you've had is pretty insane. Like, she's been champion for 100+ days, and she's had multiple title title matches. So for it only to have been one that was clean, like, why am I taking you seriously? It's seeming as if, like, the storyline was fine and I liked it, but it's dragged on, and also it's taken away from like women's story, like the women's locker room on Raw. There's like, the only person you thinking about being close to having the belt is Rhea. You're not thinking about anyone else. And now Io, she lost. Like, we now just thought about Io because they gave her that opportunity, but then we're back to Rhea. Like, the moment where Rhea came out at Saturday Night Main Event, she did not have to come out at all. We already knew what was going to go down. We already knew that after Io, if Io did not take it, Rhea was next. We knew that. You didn't have to do that. It's like, the way I honestly, she's gotten that championship. She's gotten the championship, but also kind of showing that she's kept it because of luck, not because of her own abilities. And for me, one or three, because y'all already know Roman, he retained a lot of them times because of the bloodline, but he still had skill, and he still showed that I can handle it. But it's obvious that Liv can't handle it, so I'm not taking her seriously. For this whole reign, she hasn't been able to handle anything, so I'm not taking her seriously. And she also hasn't helped, like, her reign hasn't helped anyone else in that women's locker room. Raquel, I don't know about Raquel. Like, to me, it just seems like people are like, they either like her or they're disinterested. And I'm just not interested in what Raquel got to do right now. I'm sorry, but it's true. And I like Raquel. You can see in my previous videos, I said that I wanted to see her more, but she took in the silent role, and then she took the silent role, and then now she's the bad bodyguard. She ain't doing nothing for me. She's not doing nothing for me. Instead of, that championship reign has only kept 2 people in the same position they were in. And sure, you added Liv into that situation, so that only like one person is still there. We need another person in that conversation, seriously. Like, if you kept Io in that conversation, that's fine. But when the lead up to Saturday night, she was not really, only until Monday. Only Monday was a chance where we were like, okay, Io. But then, now we're not even caring about Liv. When that whole belt shot happened, we're like, okay, that's what's next. Liv and Rhea. Like, when another person comes in, the other one leaves. Like, for me, I like it when the women's division is highlighted by a champion. I like it. Like, with Nia, we're not only seeing Bayley, we're seeing Naomi, we're seeing Candice LeRae, we're seeing Tiffany Stratton, an up-and-comer. And then we're also having those moments where Bianca's involved. We're also having a moment where you see Chelsea and Piper talking smack. Like, those are the moments where I would have appreciated Liv's reign to have. I would have appreciated it, because we're not in the same place we used to be when it comes to women's wrestling. So the storyline should reflect that. The storyline should be said in a way where a woman will actually say some of these things or think some of these things. And some of these things don't sound, it doesn't sound realistic all the time. It just doesn't. Now, and that's not to take away from her abilities at all, because I know she's worked hard for it. Like, I know that. I know that also this next person I'm talking about, he worked hard for it. And that's why they're where they are. That's why the responsibility has been placed on them, because they can handle it. Now, the next person, obviously, is Cody Rhodes. Now, his reign it's kind of sort of similar to Liv's for me, just because now, just because like a good bit of both of their reign is like not solely, I'm not gonna say good, but it has moments where there could have been more. There could have been more, and it could have been something that really captivated everyone. But with Cody Rhodes, he is in a tricky position, a terrible place to be in. I wouldn't want to be in his, well, I wouldn't want to be in his place, but it's not an ideal place. You're right after a champion like Roman Reigns. You're bound to be compared. You're bound, the feud they've had, you're bound to be compared. You're bound to not be given a shot when it comes to your title reign. 100%. I understand that. I feel it. But when Cody Rhodes won Sunday, April, WrestleMania, as a fan of wrestling, I decided to give Cody Rhodes a shot. I decided to be like, okay, I might not get along with his persona just because that gimmick is not for me at all. I made it obvious that I like heels. But there's also those places where I do like baby faces, because how do you not like Jey Uso? I like Jey Uso. Now that I'm older, I do like John Cena a bit more than I did appreciate him. And same thing with other baby faces. I like them. There's still room for you to be if you're a baby face. Now, for Cody Rhodes, when I kind of was like, okay, all right, that little equal footing that I had you on, kind of lost it. And that was that Raw right after WrestleMania, when he decided to let Rock hold the belt that he not only fought blood, sweat, and tears for, the belt that he hadn't had for a full 24 hours, the belt that he did it for to finish the story, and he let a man who not only offended him but his family, taunted his mother, whipped him, and made him bleed. He let this man hold the belt that he's been wanting for almost all his life. He let that man hold that belt. In that moment, I feel as though he got punked. And for a little bit of his reign, he's gotten punked. Like, as a champion, why are you letting yourself get punked multiple times? And I understand he's a babyface. I understand that. I like that. We need babyfaces. And I understand that he's a white meat babyface. But that doesn't mean that you gotta get punked, bruh. That does not mean he has to get punked. And I'm not taking it serious. Like, there was a moment where I'm not taking it seriously. I'm waiting for the time where there's actually a competitor that I have a feeling might be able to take this belt off of Cody. That's what I've been thinking, because of what they've been giving me when it comes to Cody Rhodes. And although sure, when it came to Roman, there were certain times where you kind of knew that he was gonna lose the belt, but things got a little dicey to where it's a possibility. But when I'm seeing every single one of these matches, I'm like, okay, AJ Styles, oh, he not getting it. Oh, LA Knight, he not getting it. Solo, he not getting it. Those are how I'm feeling. And for Cody Rhodes, he doesn't need that. He needs to have something. The story from day one, for his storyline, for his feud, his first feud, he needed something that captivated everyone. Now, in the ring, that's what occurred. In the ring, there hasn't been any matches where I'm like, they've been trash. No, but they haven't captivated me storyline wise, and he needed that. And they've waited till now to give me a storyline that's Cody Rhodes solely and not help from the bloodline. Because if I'm going to be honest, when it comes to the storylines that really captivated me from Cody Rhodes' reign, has been associated with the bloodline, or it's been the Kevin Owens stuff, and that just now happened. It's been 9 months in, and you've got one storyline that's really captivating everyone that has not been associated with Roman Reigns. It's not helping his case. And it's not letting people like really be ready. Like, it's not letting people really accept Cody Rhodes and then for however long and then take all of his competitors seriously. Like with AJ Styles, I didn't like the ending of the I Quit match because it fell flat for me. It was a weird ending, and I didn't rock with that. I just didn't like the ending of it. And then with Gunther, I knew Gunther was probably not going to win it because he's not the WWE champion. He's just not. But then Gunther had to exhaust every effort of his, almost all the moves that he usually does to put somebody out. He used that on Cody Rhodes, and that still was not enough. And he still lost. Like, I am fine with Gunther losing, but at least put in something to where I'm like, okay, he's not using every move that he knows to beat Cody Rhodes. Because then I'm like, that's affecting... I mean, that kind of was like, it wasn't a good feeling. It just was not a good taste in my mouth. It didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. And I understand that Cody Rhodes this is his first World Championship run. And compared to a lot of other people's World Championship run, Cody Rhodes has done pretty good. Actually, he's done fantastic. He's selling his merch. He's making money for the company. He's done fantastic. But for me, I just didn't care to see Cody Rhodes in Bloodline jail because of the fact that there's people saying that his storyline only really it's only good because of the Bloodline. It's only good because of Roman, and you're not proving them wrong. And for somebody that was looking for a reason to really get behind Cody, it fell flat. And then this thing with Kevin Owens, I like it because I love Kevin Owens, and he knows how to play a heel very well. But it also it's like, it makes sense. It's like, human-wise, whose side you gonna be on? Whose side will you really be on? Because in this moment, it's not even seeming like Cody Rhodes is the babyface. It's seeming like Kevin Owens has a point and Kevin Owens is right. That right there, that moment where we're looking at two sides, has made it very good. It's made it very good, but I feel as though it was always in Cody's championship run for this to happen. It was always there. It could have always happened. But we've waited 9 months to where, unless this man has a 3-year run, or 3 or 2-year run, his title reign has not been salvaged. And what we gonna do now since Kevin Owens pile driving him? Since, like, will he be on the shelf? Does he have to relinquish his title? Since Jay got attacked and she hasn't been as long as Randy. Ain't been out as long as Randy, but there was conversation of her vacating the title. So what's next? What's going to happen next? This is interesting. The part beforehand where we're just waiting for Roman Reigns, didn't really interest me in his title reign. It just did. For a second there, it felt like we were just waiting for somebody. And that's not good. And that's kind of the same thing with Liv, but Liv had things to do. She was doing things. I will say that. She was doing things while she was waiting. But that is my uncomfortable conversation about these champions. Y'all let me know if I'm tweaking or not. Y'all let me know if I'm being too hard. But I also want to know how you guys feel on these title reigns as well. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye!